Hello, welcome to Drinks with Ron. I'm Ron. I've got some semi-fresh Wisconsin cheese curds. Squeaky. And if this is not a phenomenon you're aware of, you're definitely not from Wisconsin. It's a weird thing. It's something I've grown up with forever. Never thought much about it. But then I had one of my best friends from South Dakota, and they kind of moved back and forth a few times, and they'd have people come out here, and they'd be a little terrified of the idea. But after they got them on the fresh ones, they got them hooked. So then every time they're going back, bring us those squeaky ones. So let me digress from my cheese consumption. It's been a long fucking day, man. I'm tired. I did an episode earlier today. We're in the same get up. Since then, I mowed the lawn, chainsawed a tree, took a nap, consumed some beers. It's been a busy one. But it's almost Rick and Morty time. So it's time for a sabanero. Suspiciously close to habanero, which I have had. I've had a habanero beer. I was not a fan. It's called Eternal Flame. It was like 5 years ago or so for the Winter Olympics. It was, some kind of, I can't remember. It was like a Belgian wheat. I don't know what the hell. But the habanero, I had a little tiny taster glass, and that fucker lingered through the entire brewery tour, just breathing smoke. What is this? This must be a Saison. I'm assuming it's a Belgian. I guess I don't know. Another Costa Rican bit of deliciousness. Oh, yep. See that little bit of haze with that last pour? All the shit sitting in the bottom of this bottle. So now that it's, oh yeah, look at that. Thought my George Harrison was skipping. That would not be good. This apparently was like a 50th anniversary of All Things Must Pass just the other day. I got this set on eBay. Fucking pristine. The vinyl looks immaculate. Sounds pretty good. A few pops here and there, but hey, I ain't complaining. Yeah, I got it dirt cheap. I think I saw the set in Madison one time. It's like a 4-record set in that box, which is kick-ass with gnomes and shit all over, and George looking very gnome-like. I'm a big fan. Like George, he's a quality Beatle. One of the 4 best in my mind. Easily a top 4 Beatle, that George Harrison. Oof. Okay, so this is kind of like a Belgian style, but it's got that rusty tap water Pilsner taste. And like I said, I'm just killing time letting the DVR get ahead of Rick and Morty. I don't even have a point to this show. Sounds terrible. Fuck, these might need a bath. Anyway, let me digress. My last episode I talked about my cologne and how you can have a scent attached to something. It's definitely a thing. And one of the examples I gave was there's a certain air freshener that always reminds me of strippers. And I thought, well, let's roll that back because you guys might know, we always used to call it back in the day, it was the stripper spray. There's a certain smell they all have when you get right up close. I believe what that is FDS, feminine deodorant spray. It's very good, like kind of antibacterial, it smells good, so they just kind of hose themselves down and you're gonna have greasy guys sweating all over your titties. You might as well get some hygiene involved up in there. You know, like when they spray and wipe down the pole. I always felt like, that's, you know what? Good on you, Janet. Wipe that fucker down. You don't know who's been sliding on that thing. So anyway, at the time I was working at a warehouse, a paper company, and the night manager was a guy, early, mid-20s. What do you think of a typical night manager? He was kind of a partier, he was in our age group. We all got the job done, so they kind of left him alone. But it was a shit show at night. Let me tell you, that place, One time I was walking through, there was like 14 aisles or something, giant metal racks with things all numbered, labeled. You'd go around with a list, you'd pick the things out of the aisle. But in the middle, there was no middle racks for like those two huge middle aisles. There was just mountains stacked of boxes of toilet paper. Just literally fucking mountain of it. It was like 15 feet high, just toilet paper all the way down. One day I'm walking down the aisle and I see a roll of toilet paper come shooting by me. That's weird. So I keep walking, another one flies by me. Well, next thing I know, there's a whole bunch of them coming over the top, and it's like toilet paper war. So I pick them up and I'm firing them back. Next thing you know, the whole goddamn plant is there. Everybody, the plant, the warehouse, everybody in the warehouse is there, and it becomes this huge paper fight over top of winging them over top of these, and guys ducking around corners, like, you know, it was great. And then you get on the intercom and Revels is like, okay guys, that was fun. Now we got to clean all this shit up. So, you know, fill a dumpster with wasted product, and that's just one example of the shenanigans that went on under this guy, which were clearly not sustainable, because he wasn't night manager long after I left. But in this glorious window where we had a cool night manager who liked to party, he lived on French Island. I was in La Crosse. French Island is obviously an island, so it's a little ways off. One morning I'm woken up at like 8:30 and I'm totally hungover, you know, white t-shirt, probably my boxers, but my balls are hanging out. Somebody's knocking on the door. Like, who's knocking on the door? We're on fucking campus, you know? 8:38 on a Saturday morning, like, it's fucking Jehovah's Witness. What's going on here? No, it's our boss. He bicycled from French Island all the way to our place, just panting and sweating, and like, hey guys, what are you doing? He wakes us all up. Let's order pizzas. I'm like, Scott, they ain't fucking open. Nobody makes pizzas at 9. Like, so that was kind of my introduction to him off the clock. But I believe it was at this meeting where he established the desire to host his birthday party at our house. All right, 5 dudes, college campus, whatever, sure. But his main stated goal was to find 2 women that worked well together, if you follow my drift. And I'm like, you know, what? He's like, I'll pay for it. I'm like, whatever, dude, you do whatever, you can use our house. We don't care. So he sets it all up, makes the arrangements. I said, we're cleaning the house up because, you know, we gotta leave some space for these professionals to work. We want it nice and clean and smelling good. So we had this case of broken air fresheners. They're like little blue beads in like a tiny mesh sack, like smaller than the size of a beanbag. But yeah, we all had them. They're all over the house then. And it was this weird, I don't know, it was like a fresh linen smell or whatever it was. But everything smelled like that. So I remember Scott shows up, and I think he gets a call from the place, basically. Yeah, this is pre-cell phone. So I don't know if he had to call them, how it worked. But the long and short of it is he discovered that one of the dancers that he had ordered was not coming. Well, this is a problem because, like I said, his whole goal was to find 2 that worked well as a team. It's what he really wanted for his birthday. And he said, you ask for what you want on your birthday. That's what this dude wants. So now there's panic setting in, so he has to call a different agency and try to find another girl. But of course now they're not going to work together because they've got different employers, and you know, there's like union lines or some shit. You can't cross that line, you know. So we wound up having 1 upstairs in the living room, 1 downstairs in the basement. So like I said, it smelled like this fresh linen blue bead sack everywhere, and this was terrible. So I'm enjoying the nice lady upstairs, and I thought, well, I'll go see what the basement looks like. So I walk in, I sit down, and within 30 seconds of me sitting down, one by one, all the guys that were down there bailed out and left. So now it's just me and a fairly unattractive stripper and her bouncer in the basement. And I was like, fuck, I want to leave too, because the one upstairs was much more fun. But now it's like, well, I'm not going to be a dick, so I'll sit here, and I mean, I'm still giving her 1s and whatnot, but it was more obligatory than enjoy. So finally, after a couple minutes, she's like, okay, well, I think I'm just going to stop early. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? That sounds great. Yeah, I'll let you guys finish up here. I'll be upstairs. So that was it. That was the long and short of the party. Is that the one somebody tried making a giant 2-liter gravity bong in the sink? I think it was. Total disaster. All these guys from the paper warehouse. I could do a whole series on that. Like I said, I want to make I need to get signed for a TV series. I'll get you 14 seasons of bullshit, guaranteed. But it is about Rick and Morty time, and I don't want to pay the wrath of Todd for not finishing my drink. So, not today, Todd. I'm gonna polish this bad boy off, hose the tree cutting off of me, and settle in for a new episode of Rick and Morty. So for Drinks with Ron, I'm Ron with my magic clicker, signing off.